Could you make another video explaining why there are a few of the Jews' prophecies that Jesus really did not fulfill? I need to understand so they can't instill doubt in me. Well, the first thing you should know is that Jews don't believe Jesus fulfilled any prophecy. And this is the consensus with most Jews. Even when you show them the evidence, they will try to deny it in some sort of way, even if it doesn't seem rational. And this is because Jews have always had a different expectation to what the Messiah would be like. They have wanted a military leader, even from the times of Jesus, that would bring Israel to be a world superpower and through that establish peace on their terms. Now, the Talmud refers to two messiahs. This is how convoluted Judaism is, modern Judaism. And I should also emphasize that it took the Jews hundreds of years to complete their Talmud. That's hundreds of years after Jesus Christ stepped on this earth in the human flesh. The Talmud was finished around the 6th century. Jesus came in the 1st century. So it took that long for them to find sort of a response to Christianity because many Jews were converting to Christianity and they didn't like that. And the religious Jews talk a lot of trash about Christianity in the Talmud. So for here, I am giving you a reference, Mishneh Torah. And these people, the rabbis, the sages, is what they call themselves, literally say that there's no bigger stumbling block than Christianity. And they believe this because Jews were giving up their lives for Jesus. The people that converted were literally giving up their lives for Jesus. And the religious Jews hated the fact that so many people were becoming so devoted to Jesus Christ, who is the Messiah, the Mashiach. So I'm starting this video with the preface and this background knowledge so you can understand that logic is not really something they want. They have a lot of pride, and that pride leads them to very convoluted thoughts. They think there are two messiahs. I mean, that's how convoluted things are in modern Judaism. And they believe that the two messiahs are going to accomplish different things. One of them will die for the world. Another will be a military leader. And I mean, if you read down here, some scholars believe that the passages in the Talmud refer to Jesus, the Messiah of Christianity. And of course it is. But they have so much pride within them that they cannot acknowledge Jesus. So they would rather make up two different messiahs and have these different messiahs accomplish different things, such as one messiah resurrecting another messiah from the dead. I mean, it is ridiculous, and I mean it when I say that, not to offend people, but it's just the truth. Now, to finally get back to your question, why are there Jews that say that prophecies about Jesus have not been fulfilled? The biggest thing that Jews would like to point to is a kingdom of peace. They say, well, Jesus did not fulfill a government of peace, therefore he cannot be Messiah. And I talked about this on my last video, which is on Isaiah 9. The problem is that Jesus did let us know that he will return. This is all throughout the Gospels. If you go to the ending, Jesus says he will come back. And if you read the book of Revelation, you can understand that Jesus does plan to establish peace and establish his kingdom, and all things are going to be made new. So we have that promise from Scripture, from the Bible, from the New Testament, that came way before the Jewish Talmud, which is what they read today, was even created. So if you already trust in Jesus, if you already trust in the Bible that was left behind by Jesus and the church based on their teachings, then you should have no issue with Jesus returning to fulfill every single other prophecy that he did not fulfill in his first coming. Again, the biggest prophecy that the Jews would like to highlight is a messianic kingdom of peace, but that is promised in the book of Revelation. Jews just do not read the book of Revelation. Jews do not read the New Testament. So they're speaking out of ignorance. And that's what it all comes down to. There's so much ignorance, there's so much pride that they make up two messiahs. They have one messiah resurrecting the other messiah. They have a military messiah. They have a book so convoluted by their own sages that it took hundreds of years to make, because there is just so much debate and so much convoluted reasoning within the Talmud. A lot of it is just bashing Christianity too. So, I mean, what can I even tell you? It's just pride. Pride makes people do all of these things. Even smart people can fall to pride and not see what's right in front of them. Jews have not been able to see their Messiah for 2,000 years because their eyes are blinded with pride. But nevertheless, we should pray for them. To finish off this video, if you want to do some research on your own, the one time Jews believe they had the right Messiah was the guy in the back of my face. His name was Shabtai Savi. And the Jews were really riling up for this guy to become their Messiah. A lot of Jews were excited. They thought he would be the military leader to save them from Muslim occupation that had taken over during those times. Do you know what the so-called Messiah did for the Jews? He converted to Islam. The one time these people think they have the right Messiah, he becomes a Muslim and he embarrasses Jews all over the place. So they would rather have this guy, a coward, who became a Muslim when there was pressure, over Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, who died for the sins of not just them, but for the whole world. Again, it all boils down to human pride.